welcome to this week's In Conversation. My name is Phil Jackman, and I lead on CyberNorth, Dynamo Northeast Cybersecurity Cluster. Each week, I'm talking to people in the Northeast cybersecurity sector. Today, I'm joined by Tony Snaith, from Communicate, which is located at Wynyard, I believe. I think we met. Well, hello, Tony. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Phil. Good.
I think. Well, you're a recent new Dynamo Northeast member, but some time ago at one of these events down in Wynyard. How about, can we start with you tell us a bit about yourself and the company that you work for?
Right, Communicate Technology PLC, we set up about 9 years ago now, 2011, and we set up as a managed service provider in the Northeast, but we quickly acquired a few business parks around the country. And we've been servicing a number of those parks now for like nine years now. And we've made a couple of acquisitions in that time as well, adding on various different products and services to our portfolio.
And what's your role?
I'm CEO of the company. We've got quite a flat structure in the company. There's 3 directors. One of those is a non-exec. And then we've got a group of sort of area managers below that, and then the rest of the staff below that. So we're mainly tech, very engineering. We have very few salespeople in the business. The idea is it's a model that's build it and they'll come. So we build all the services. We provide a full infrastructure to a park or a building, and then the clients just pick and choose what services they want.
So this would be a bit odd for you. I mean, are most of your clients still operating? How's this affected your business?
When it happened, we were already set up for remote working because we're an ISP with a cyber division and a telecoms division. Now, when we set up the business, we set it up so that people could work anywhere they wanted to work, but having the infrastructure that was flexible. So our network allows people to take their laptops home anyway and just log on straight onto our network. So as soon as this happened, we'd done this. We did a dry run about a year ago, not expecting anything of this scale. And a lot of our clients just literally just picked the handsets up, picked the laptops up, all went home, started working. We knew the whole model worked perfectly, and this has been the same. So clients, nearly every client of ours, we have over 1,000 clients. Every one of them is doing some modeling of working from home or offices open as usual, but with social distancing in place, obviously. Yeah.
So how are you managing to keep the team together? So if they be a bit remote now, are you doing any activities to keep them as a single unit?
Yeah, we're sort of kind of in teams. We have a management meeting virtually every day. Then we split that into technical, accounting, keeping on top of things like that, and it's working better than we expected because everybody's more relaxed. I think when they're at home, they're just sort of. It's a schedule thing, whereas in the office it can be a bit awkward if you don't generally have these many meetings. We've found our business has been phenomenal. The amount of business that we're getting has grown hugely. We have our own SIP platform that has one specific insurer that's the #1 travel insurance company in the world, and during March when this all started, that platform went up 800%, and the number of calls that have routed through that platform since this happened has been phenomenal. We normally say there's at least one disaster in the world that happens somewhere in the world every year. We weren't expecting this disaster to happen everywhere in the world at the same time. We had to massively ramp up.
I hope this is the one of the year, because I couldn't do it another one.
Yeah,
So you're saying that some of your customers have really seen their growth, their business ramp up, presumably as they move to a more distributed model, a more sort of home-working model. But presumably other customers are struggling through this time?
Yes, To be honest, the actual numbers that are struggling is very, very small that we've seen so far. Obviously, the longer it goes on, that will persist, I think. We've probably had less than 5 customers come to us and ask us for help. And what we've done with those is we've said we can defer collections and things with them and spread things out as long as possible. Some companies we just said we'll stop all your charges because we realise that we can't charge you because you're a restaurant or a or a bar or whatever. They might have the hairdressers. We've got a couple of those on our platform. They can't take any bookings, anything. So we're not charging those customers anything at all. Other customers are carrying on as normal. Like I said, they just transfer everything to their home and carry on. But you treat everyone as separately, everyone that comes in. So
I say, I must admit, I'm desperate for a haircut. So as soon as they're open, will you let me know? So, are there any specific issues that your customers are contacting you about, particularly in terms of cybersecurity or difficulties in working from home or that kind of thing?
Yeah, we've had a few clients that obviously working from home presents some unique security issues. And we've recently just won a £250,000 order for a client that wasn't on the cards because virtually all of their agents are now working from home, and they needed them to be really secure. And this sort of highlighted an issue for them that they'd never thought of before in the past. And then that order came in just a few weeks ago, and we're just gradually just ramping that out now to all their home users. We expect there'll be quite a few more like that will happen as well.
So are there any big issues that you're coming across? Anything that you've...
We haven't come across any major issues yet. I suppose the ones you've got to look out for are the individuals that have maybe got to bring your own device. They haven't got a company laptop, so our engineers just have to do as much as they can to secure those endpoints. But we haven't come across anything major ourselves yet. We are aware that it's there. We've got our cyber operations centre in Leeds. That's a 24/7 centre, but our guys there are now remote working, so we've had to do some additional security at their own homes where they're working from, because normally that's a security operations centre is a fully manned 24/7 SOC that's very, very secure and secure access. We've had to sort of vet the people that they live with to make sure that there's nothing happening, or where they're working from can't be a security risk. So before we actually roll that out. So
yeah, that's a really interesting angle. I never thought about that. The people are going to live with, but it's a very different circumstance to the physical operation and where they're actually living.
It is, yeah. Well,
okay, so
one of our clients is Metro Bank, and obviously trying to do banking from home can be difficult because they brought that issue up as to, you can't access somebody's bank details if you're a member of their staff with somebody else in the same room, looking over your shoulder and seeing things. So there's a physical side of it as well as the actual laptop and PC and server side of it. So
is that PCI DSS type legislation that you're getting involved in?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's a minefield in itself, though, isn't it? So, what's your personal focus now? What are you thinking about?
At the moment, it's our customers. It's the biggest issue that we have is we rely on offices and business parks and business premises and flexible space and everything else. So it's a worry as to how long this goes on for, as to how much people are going to start working from home permanently. We have a huge infrastructure out there, probably about £3 or £4 million worth of infrastructure installed in offices and premises. We need people to get back into there, to utilise that infrastructure. Otherwise, they'll start to say, we know we'll carry on working from home, which will bring its own challenges and everything else and things. But I think there'll be a big change coming up in working.
So do you think people will go back, or do you think there'll be some sort of mixed economy now of home working? of the
Yes,
building?
definitely. We've already had probably half a dozen clients who said they won't go back to the offices, and actually, handed the leases back, torn them up, paid them off, and said, we will work from home now. Some really big clients as well, publishing clients, things like that, where they've had 30 people in an office, and they just said, home working, it works, it's flexible, it's better for our staff, so we're going to do it. And they've just decided that's it, they're doing it. So the other area that we're really concentrating on is obviously we were looking at a rebranding or a refresh of our brand, and we've been planning it for over a year, and we've brought that forward. So all the teams are now working on that. We're engaging with all our members of staff. We brought an agency in that we'd already had set up ready to do that. We luckily in January we started that process, but we have brought that all forward now, and hopefully by the end of this we'll be ready to do that relaunch. Because that a relaunch takes it's you can do it online, but I think it still needs a physical. We need an event of some kind. We do lots of events like you do, so I think it needs that sort of if you're doing a rebrand and that sort of that intensity of a thing for a business. I think it needs to be done with a lot of people in the room.
I agree with you. I can't wait to get back to some form of physical interaction. But anyway, my last question for you and Tony is, what's the first thing you're going to do once lockdown is over?
I think probably book a table in a restaurant. Like to get back out. I'm glad golf's back. You can see I've got my golf top on. I'm playing this afternoon. So that's and probably the next thing is book a holiday as well. It's great. It's quite relaxing that you're at home and everything else, but it's not the same as being away. So we were due to go in a couple of weeks, but I think I'll be a year delayed at least.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, thank you very much for that, Tony. It's been great. I'd also like to thank Robert, who's helped me to set up these conversations. Look out for the next one in our series, and if you're interested in taking part, please get in touch. Thanks once again, Tony.
Thanks, Phil. Cheers, bye.
Right, I think that's probably a sufficient break to give Robert a chance to go. That's really good. Thank you very much.
Right.
And I always cook something up in the. Sorry about. I always get somebody's name wrong. I realised this time.
Don't worry about it. It's all right. Cheers, Phil. See you later.
See you later. Cheers, man.
That was In Conversation with Phil Jackman, lead for CyberNorth. Audio and video production was by me, Robert Campbell. This was a Team Funds production for Dynamo Northeast.